Hello, I'm James Stewart, Sheriff of Anoka County, and welcome back to the Sheriff Show. On this episode, we have a variety of stories to share with you. We will head to our annual cast fishing event at Lake George on August 1st, take a look at this year's Night to Unite event on August 5th, we'll dive along with the Sheriff's Office dive team, and check out our open house that recently took place on September 16th. We'll talk with crime prevention specialist Missy Reeder about some recent scam trends, and finally, we'll take a look at our court security unit. The Sheriff Show will start right after this. Every year, we partner with Fishing for Life to put on our annual CAST fishing event. CAST is an acronym that stands for Community and Sheriff Together. We developed this event to allow our younger generation to interact with the Sheriff's Office in several positive ways. We strive not only to protect our citizens, but to serve them as well. This CAST fishing event is one more great way that we can do this. Let's check out some of the fun at this year's event. Hi, I'm Sheriff James Stewart out at Lake George celebrating another beautiful day on the water. Today we have our CAST event. CAST is an acronym for Community and Sheriff Together. Several years ago I had the idea of wanting to really reach out to the youth in our communities because when I was a young boy I had the experience of having a positive interaction with a law enforcement officer that changed my life forever. I try to remind our staff on a regular basis that every day is an opportunity to make a positive difference in our communities, and that's really at the core of what the CAST event is about. And so we have gathered today with members of our office, members of the community, a lot of great sponsors and donators to be able to put together a fun day of fishing, games, activities, prizes, and lunch for youth from all over Anoka County.
My name is Tom Goodrich. I'm Executive Director of Fishing for Life. So our objective, of course, is building relations, catching fish, and it's a multi-species event, so we really soup it up for the kids. We have a weigh-in, we have scales, we have multiple categories for kids to win in, and trophies and big prizes and little prizes. We also provide games and educational fishing related activities like fish identification and lure making and bait identification and minnow races and things like that. Just build time, and the kids get to play on the Sheriff Department's toys like the airboat and things like that. So it's just been a wonderful event, and we look forward to continuing to impact these Anoka area kids.
We began this program because I'm a firm believer that we all benefit when we work together to invest in our future. The youth in our community are worth it, and we appreciate your partnership in this area. We'll be right back with more of the Sheriff Show after this.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
Night to Unite is a great opportunity for residents to meet their local law enforcement as well as to get to know their neighbors. With a strong community, residents feel safer while in their homes and throughout the city. Let's take a look at some of the activities from this year's Night to Unite. It's Night to Unite, and the Anoka County Sheriff's Office is out making the rounds throughout Anoka County. Tonight we're attending about 90 different parties. Our staff have divided up the lists and we're making the rounds, and it's our opportunity to really get out and interact with our citizens, to give safety tips to the kids, to answer some questions of our neighbors and of the citizens we serve. And in our case, it's an opportunity for us to show them some of the equipment, some of the squad cars or SWAT vehicles, or some of the other items that are available through the Sheriff's Office and ultimately that are available to the citizens that we serve. This is a really important night for the community to come together, to get to know who the neighbors are, to recognize what should be going on in your community, and really to know when to reach out to each other, and equally important, when to call us when something doesn't look right. And so if you haven't participated in Nights Unite in the past, we certainly encourage you to register with our office, host a party or attend a party next year, and remember, when in doubt, call us out. That's what we're here for.
We are brand new residents of Andover, just moved in December. We don't know our neighbors, and so this was a great way for us to come out, unite with the neighborhood, see the kids, meet the neighbors, eat some good food.
It's a great program. We get a chance to get together with our neighbors and get to know our neighbors. We exchange our personal information so that we can contact each other if we have any problems or issues around our home. And you know, even if your garage door is just left open, you can contact each other. It's great to get to know the Sheriff's Department, the Fire Department, and some of the local council members have stopped by every year. It's a great program, and I think everybody should have a Night to Unite party.
As you can see, our annual Nights Unite events are fun for kids of all ages. As an office, we enjoy the opportunity to meet with you and work together to enhance safety in our communities. If we didn't see you this year, I hope you can join one of our events next year. We'll be right back with more of the Sheriff Show after this.
Did you know that in 1776, the founding fathers of the United States of America decided that their official language would be English, not German, by one vote? Did you know that in 1948, President Truman carried Ohio and California by less than one vote per precinct, thereby winning enough electoral votes to give him the presidency? Did you know that in 1960, one vote change in each precinct would have defeated John F. Kennedy? One vote does make a difference. Please vote.
Our dive team is one of the finest in law enforcement. We have the equipment and personnel to perform whatever is needed in any marine environment across Anoka County. Recently, we followed the dive team during one of their trainings on Ham Lake. Here's Sergeant Rick Cryer with more information about our dive team.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Sergeant Cryer with the Anoka County Sheriff's Office, and today we're at Ham Lake in the city of Ham Lake, and we're conducting dive operations as part of a training exercise in keeping with our regimen of training for the dive team, simulating a missing waterfowl hunter. And this is purely an exercise, but what we do is we practice practical deployment of our divers, dive staff, to respond to area lakes. And in this case, we have a boat that's been placed in the lake that we will look for with our side scan sonar and attempt to find that. We've located the missing person, which is also at the bottom of the lake, and we've deployed divers today to both recover the boat and the missing waterfowl hunter. We have a team of 20 divers, personnel that are all from the Anoka County Sheriff's Office. They're all employees of the Sheriff's Office in different divisions throughout the office. All of them, with the exception of one, have been trained to be scuba divers, and we work with them in training to elevate their certification levels and to pretty much train them to be public safety divers. We have a list of assets to include our team members, but also our equipment, and we offer that available to the state emergency management teams, and if anybody does request us, we're available to deploy around the state in keeping with our command structure and the state emergency management asset allocations. So we have been asked to respond for different scenarios to recover either equipment, persons, or in the case of the 35W bridge, to do a number of things, to search for vehicles, to clear vehicles, to ensure that we find as many victims as possible. And in that case, it was an assist to Hennepin County, but there are also several other counties that came in and helped out, ultimately to include the Navy. We have a very nice piece of equipment which we utilize for basically, mostly for looking for personnel, but if we're looking for large things like vehicles or watercraft that have sunk in the bottom of any water body, we'll utilize the side scan sonar to try and locate it. Side scan sonar operates off of whatever watercraft that we decide to use it off. We primarily use it off of a 17.5 foot hard side Alumacraft boat, and that side scan sonar is utilized for locating victims, locating objects, and then once we've subsequently located them, we can dive that area, and it covers a lot of area without having to put divers down. So it's a great piece of equipment to keep us from expending divers in areas looking for things when we could use our resources a little bit more appropriately by scanning with the sonar. The divers, what we would do if we have an operation where we're actually diving, we would put a first diver in the water, and he wouldn't go down until we have a safety diver ready and a 90% backup diver ready. If they encounter any kind of problem, we have them on communications gear. They would communicate their problem to us. If they were to lose communications, we have hand signals that they pull on the lines that they're tethered with to indicate that they're in trouble. So we'd be able to deploy a secondary diver or a third diver to assist with an entanglement issue, an out of air situation, and we train to deal with those types of problems if they should come up. We have the ability to probably be at a dive site, depending on its proximity to our patrol station, within a half hour, pretty much anywhere in the county.
You can see that this team of professionals works and trains very hard to ensure that they will be ready no matter what the call is. Stay tuned, because we'll be right back with more of The Sheriff Show.
I wanted to come here and apologize, even though I know it won't change anything. All I think about are the lives I've affected. I replay the moment every day, the way your mom looked at me after I took your life. I knew better than to text and drive, or so I thought. I thought since I was close to home and no other cars were around, I was safe. I work hard, get good grades. I thought I was a good person. Now I can't even look at myself. I didn't think this would happen to me. My selfishness destroyed your family. If I had just waited until I got home to use my phone, we'd both have a future.
It's time to go.
Annually, the Anoka County Sheriff's Office holds an open house. During this time, the public is invited to come and take a look inside at your Sheriff's Office, its divisions, specialty units, and the equipment that we use to serve and keep our citizens safe. Additionally, our public safety partners from around the state also come to our open house so that the public can obtain resources from other partners that we work with. Let's take a look back at this year's open house. Well, here we are at the annual Anoka County Sheriff's Office open house. This is our opportunity to open up the doors and allow you to come and see your Sheriff's Office. This is a really important day for us because it's an opportunity for us to bring all of our community partners together and for them to share their information, to talk about all the good things that are being done on behalf of the citizens that we all collectively serve. So tonight we're going to be having everything from canine demonstrations and helicopters coming in to SWAT demonstrations. We're going to be having dive and rescue team operations being displayed, but we also have a variety of our partners, everyone from the Alexandra House to Bully Incorporated to Hope for Youth, and many, many more, including the County Attorney's Office and Parks and Recreation, just to name a few. We have a large number of our partners that are here tonight because we know at the Sheriff's Office that as we keep trying to do positive things out in the community, we can't have success stories without the collaboration and cooperation of all of these other entities that are also trying to do positive things. We open up the doors to the Sheriff's Office because we want you to be able to see your Sheriff's Office. Within the Sheriff's Office, we have 6 different divisions and multiple different specialty units under each of those divisions. And so this is an opportunity for all of the citizens of Anoka County and even beyond to be able to come in and see the behind-the-scene workings and to truly see, experience, touch, feel, and kick the tires of all the different operations that we provide throughout Anoka County. So if you weren't able to make it this year, hopefully we'll see you next year, and we look forward to seeing you at the next Anoka County Sheriff's Office open house. It was great seeing so many of you come out to our event. If you weren't able to attend, hopefully this segment will aid you in seeing some of what you missed. Stay tuned, because we'll be right back with more of the Sheriff Show.
QCTV is an award-winning community media center.
We inform citizens about the actions of their city governments.
We connect residents to the events and activities happening in their own backyard.
We engage others to provide local programming to our Channel 15.
We innovate, offering live event coverage via our website and on-demand streaming of regular programs.
We collaborate with local organizations for important community conversations.
Most importantly, QCTV tells the stories that matter to the people who live, work, and play in the communities of Andover, Anoka, Champlin, and Ramsey.
activity, and exercise.
According to the Center of Disease Control, 17% of children and adolescents are obese. Lead by example. Teach your children to eat healthy and exercise.
Get set, go!
Next, let's go to crime prevention specialist Missy Reeder, who will discuss some recent incident reports involving current scams that are occurring in our region.
I'm Missy Reeder and I work in the crime prevention unit at the Anoka County Sheriff's Office. Today we're going to be talking about scams. A scam is a dishonest scheme of fraud. A fraud is a wrongful or criminal deception intent to result in a financial or personal gain. There are hundreds of scams attempted weekly, each one designed to manipulate you in believing a situation is reality that you respond immediately without clearly thinking. Many of these scams do not make sense if you look at them, but there is no sense of urgency or fear. A few of the scams that are currently being used are people pretending to be the IRS. They are creating an urgent situation involving money owed for taxes. They are being very clear that there will be consequences if the money that is owed is not received immediately. They are then giving you a quick and easy solution for your taxes. The IRS will never ask you to pay with a green card or immediately through a money order. If you get this type of call, just hang up and call your local law enforcement agency. Another scam is involving people impersonating the sheriff's office. The scam involves receiving a phone call. The caller ID will display Anoka County warrants. The scammer then tells the victim they or their loved ones have a warrant out for their arrest. But they can clear the warrant up right away by phone if you use a credit card payment. This is a complete scam. Do not fall for it. Neither the Anoka County Sheriff's Office or the Anoka County court system solicit payments of fine over the phone and have never and will never solicit or require fine or bail payment over the phone by credit card. If you get this type of call, again, just hang up and contact your local law enforcement agency. These types of scams can affect anyone, young, old, male, or female. The only way to stop people from continuing to fall victim to these scams is to share your knowledge with friends, family, any groups you may be involved with, and educate as many people as possible.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education. So every year I take promising high schoolers on a college tour to show them that higher education means a brighter future. My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
You can be a reader, tutor, or mentor too. Take the pledge at liveunited.org/volunteer.
Do you wear this?
Really?
Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point. There's smoky.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We have many divisions throughout the Sheriff's Office. One of these divisions is tasked with keeping the Anoka County courts safe for thousands of people who walk through that building every single day. Let's talk more with Deputy Michael Wall about what our court security unit does and what you should expect when you visit the courthouse.
Good morning. I'm Deputy Wall with the Court Security Division. Today we're going to be discussing the checkpoint, where you pay your fines, where you go for finding your information on what courtrooms are assigned up in court administration. We're going to discuss or show you where the area is for filing civil paperwork, and we'll discuss needs of the checkpoint. The checkpoint is the main entrance point to the courthouse. Everybody has to come through that checkpoint and leave through that checkpoint. At the checkpoint, we're going to require that you remove your belts, your pocket change, your cell phones, anything that would be of metal that's in your pockets. We'll have you put those all into a bin, and once you place those into a bin, it'll go through a scanner, and then you can pick them up on the other side of the scanner. After your items have gone through the scanner, we'll have you walk through a metal detector similar to the one at the airport. After you've gone through that metal detector and picked up your items, you're now officially into the courthouse. The main reason for the checkpoint is to ensure the safety of everybody that's coming into the courthouse, both everybody from the judges all the way down to the participants in court. One of our main jobs is providing that safety and security for everybody in the courthouse, and the checkpoint is a great way to make sure that that happens. After we've gone through the checkpoint, if you need to know where you want to go to court, if you're participating in a court action, there's monitors located all throughout the courthouse that identify your name, your courtroom, and the judge that was assigned to that courtroom. If you have any questions about where you're supposed to be, look at those monitors and find your name. If you can't find your name on there and you're not sure of where you need to be, go up to the second floor and stop by Court Administration office. If you're here to pay a fine, then the windows that you need to do that are located directly after the checkpoint. Once you come through the checkpoint, just make sure that you go all the way through and you'll find windows that are going to be on the right side of the hallway. Take a number, and then once your number is called, you can go up to the windows and pay that fine. Also at the courthouse is a conciliation court and a civil court window. If you're here to file some form of paperwork for a court action, then you would go up the stairs and to those windows. An unlawful detainer or an eviction notice is one of the court papers that you may have to file there. And if you go over to the civil window, they can also direct you on how to fill that form out, take the money for the filing fee, and make sure that that is filed with the court so that the court action can commence. When you're here at the courthouse, the primary responsibility of the court security deputies is to ensure the safety, like we had mentioned before, all the way from the judges to the participants in the court matters. One of the ways that you can help us with that is to ensure that if you have any knives or any sharp objects, leave them in your car prior to coming into the courthouse. If you haven't left the house yet and you normally take those items, please leave them at home if you're going to come to the courthouse. They're not allowed in the courtrooms, or they're not allowed in the courthouse, so we just will not be allowed to have them. So if you leave them in your cars or your homes, it's beneficial for everybody. Also, where there are several deputies that are assigned to this division, all sets of eyes are wonderful help. So if you see a bag that's laying down on the ground and it appears to be unattended, let one of the deputies know that's working in the courthouse so that we can handle that and make sure that everybody is safe. Also, if you see an altercation that's starting between some parties that are not happy with what happened in court, or maybe they're just not happy in general, let one of us know so that we can go and make sure that everybody is continuing to be safe while they're at the courthouse.
As you can see, we take your safety and your security seriously. When you or your family come into the courthouse environment, we want to ensure that you are entering a place that is as safe as possible. Finally, I'd like to remind our citizens that if you see something suspicious throughout our community, please say something to your local law enforcement authorities. We would rather have you call about something that you are just not sure about than to not call at all. Remember that you too have an important part in keeping our community safe. So when in doubt, call us out. Thank you for watching this episode of The Sheriff Show.